Okie dokie. Now I feel like my throat chakra is like, don't want to talk now. Okay. Thinking of, so like, thinking of all the stuff, you know. Lately I've been like, when I would be trying to go to sleep, like before I was having sleepless nights, mornings, whatever you want to call them, I would be laying down and I'd just remember a lot of stuff. Like, let me think. One of the times was just too many damn distracting energies, bro. I don't know how anybody survives. Like how anybody does anything. Riding across the street. So like when I was a kid, I think I lived with my dad. Even before, maybe before it too. Sometimes I don't know. There was sometimes before it. So my dad and his ex lived. Like we lived south of Gibbon, like 10 miles or so. In a very tiny town, basically, you know, out in the country. And my dad's from Lexington. And so there's like towns over there like Litchfield, I think, and then like Sumner. And my grandpa, my dad's dad, still lived there. He's not alive anymore. In Lexington, he still lived there. And he remarried after my grandma passed in 95. Just passing something small. I have like 40 or so minutes left for my laundry. So I put it in for an hour. Anyway, so sometimes when I go for weekend visits, when I still live with my mom, like my dad and his ex, my evil ex-stepmother, they like to go to like car races, and so not like the NASCAR or whatever, but just like the local ones, you know. And so sometimes, it wasn't too often that I remember, but like they wouldn't take me because I was so young, and they thought it would hurt my ears. I think honestly, I mean, because I've seen a lot of kids there whenever I went when I was older. I think the first one I went to, after I met my twin's brother, and I went with his brother and his girl, and it was like in 2008. And so it's like I saw a lot of kids there and shit. So like, I honestly think it was just like so they could spend time alone, which is fine and all. But like, if they thought it was too loud, they could have just tested it out. Just get earplugs. I don't know. But I get it. Just don't. Why do you gotta lie about it? Yeah, anyways, yeah. So when they would do that, they would go to ones that were like the ones that were. There wasn't any really that close to where we lived. They're over there like in Lexington, Litchfield, stuff that area. I think mostly in like Litchfield. Yeah, anyways, if you know Nebraska, you know what I'm talking about. But like, if you don't, I guess you could look it up. I don't know, it's not that. Like, Lexington is like I want to say an hour and a half the way I'm walking, which is west. Somewhere around there. And then Sumner and Litchfield is like in the surrounding areas. It's like not that far, maybe the same amount of, I don't know, it doesn't matter. Okay, but so yeah, they would go to those car races, and when they would do that, I would go to my grandpa's in Lexington, and he would always spoil me. And sometimes like they would go with my dad's sister, my aunt, whatever. And she has a lot of kids, so I have a lot of cousins over there, like 6 of them. And so like sometimes they would be over there too. So yeah, he would spoil us all. Be a goofy. Like my dad gets his sense of humor from his dad, you know. So like, but he also gets his cowardice and turn a blind eye to the abuse that the mother figure's doing, you know. Or I'll add mine because I'm so mad that I can't stand up to protect my kid or myself, you know, whatever. So he kind of gets that too. So, because yeah, when my dad was a kid, he would beat by his mom, and his dad didn't do anything. So like, not saying that my grandfather was a horrible man. I'm just saying that, you know, it was just generational shit they couldn't break. That's what I remember from him. He was a good man. He was a lot of fun. He spoiled us. He always gave us a bunch of popsicles. Like my dad would be like, and then like my dad and ex-stepmother would come back and they would have ice cream, and I'd be like, I want some, and they'd be like, well, you had popsicles here, so you can't have, you had ice cream or popsicles here. Sometimes there was like an ice cream truck that would drive by, and it was like, it had this real taste. It was like real fruit, frozen fruit popsicles. It was like really good. Yeah, so sometimes we go there. Another memory that popped in was like Sumner would have like 4th of July parades, so we'd go there. I remember very last time. I don't remember how old I was, but I already lived with my dad. I think I was like middle school. I think I'm gonna walk to Brickyard because there's not gonna be as many people. Yeah, so I only remember that because like during school there was like a choir thing that I had. It was like, and we went back to Sumner School for that, and the best friend I had at the time, we were both 14, so you know it had to be then. So like, and she had a bag of chips and I ate them when she wasn't looking, and it was not very nice, but I was also hungry and I didn't have my own money, and yeah, I didn't do it to be mean, but our other friend was like, that's mean, why are you eating her? Shit that teenagers do. Hopefully I didn't have money for food, so, but yeah, that was rude either way. Yeah, anyways, so like that year on the 4th is when we went to the parade there. It's really cool. It was pretty. So like whenever I was there again later in the school year, it was probably September. I feel like it was like not that cold or anything. Like it was really early. I was like, just last month or whatever, I was down here, and then I just walked down here a little bit because it was like it's a really small town. Okay, I'm gonna make another one of these. I'll be back.